Chapter 6, Dead Space Remake Impossible Difficulty Commentary Walkthrough, ladies and gentlemen. And after the clusterfuck that was the Hunter boss fight, it's not really a boss fight, is it? We're just freezing them off. We are moving back into medical, which isn't that far away. We're using this tissue sample and finding out about Harris, the patient that Mercer was experimenting on. And it's a bit of extra lore in the game. Look at this guy. I'm like, oh, okay, see ya, bye. That's another random spawn, but I don't know why he just runs past. So just be wary. You might just be passing through. You know, fair enough. Maybe he's in a rush, he's got a meeting or something, that Necro. And I'm just sure I heard another lurker. But it's one of the recurring themes of this playthrough, ladies and gentlemen. And you can hear another Necro there. Maybe it's the guy we just saw. But I just get the feeling that even the game doesn't know where that necromorph is meant to spawn. But it's cool, I like it a lot. And I know I keep saying it, but it bears repeating. It's really damn cool. These additional spawns, which aren't regular. Like, they won't be there on your next playthrough. But there'll be a spawn in a different position. And here we go. I think this lurker is the same. He's not always here. I've got a lot of space in this room, so I just think, you know what? You're going to have to come to me. I'm going downstairs for the sample tissue. You don't need to do this right now. You can do it any time. All of this miscellaneous shit with a tissue sample, which is for the pimped out stasis that we get later, or the rigs, you can do any of that up until the end of Chapter 11. You could do all this in Chapter 11 if you wanted to, but I just do it as soon as I can, usually. Because it's good to have the extra upgrades earlier in the game, I guess.
Rig tracking is available to trace possible contagion. Authorize.
Harris, what did Mercer do to you? Authorize.
Syncing logs and points of interest to rig locator. Thank you for your commitment to public health.
Thank you. So, we've just got to go on a little journey here, not too far from this location. Then the objective will update again. And then we've got to wait until, I think it's Chapter 10 to move this little side quest on. Not a problem. May as well do it. And is that the same guy that we saw before? It probably is. Well, he's back. And he's thankfully finally been shot on. Still got the pulse rifle, ladies and gentlemen, but we won't do for much longer in this chapter. We will be... Yeah, stasis that once more. What the fuck? Pause rage, and I'm not surprised. That is absolute bullshit. What the fucking hell is that about? Oh my lord. A lot of pause rage. Couldn't remember that. I always suggest when you stasis the doors to just wait one kind of opening and closing of the door before making your move. I did that though. Maybe waited too long. I stasised it again. I'm confused as to why I got hit there. But at this part of the game, I'm thinking to myself, wow. These spawns are just so plentiful. These random ones. So, what have we got here? Contact beam upgrade. Cost a bit of money. You get a free power node though. Oh, and I'm buying a power node. And we've now got 10 power nodes, ladies and gentlemen. Can you feel the power? Can you feel it coming in the air tonight? As Phil once said. So let's go to Harris ICU bed. Oh, Jesus. Couldn't tell where he was. Make sure he doesn't shoot the projectile at us. Make moves. Just being careful around here. Certainly ain't the last of the random spawns. Nope, certainly isn't. Did we leave this guy alive earlier when there was toxic gas in this room? Not sure, but we accidentally split it open. Not that bothered, honestly. Because look at that, a little bit of fire. And we've dealt with it. Okay, the pregnant actually took a bit more damage.
Surgical
But that just tends to be the case in this game. Everything just takes a little bit more damage than it should. In my opinion. So it's like I said earlier, when you're doing these kind of lower based things here, don't worry, you don't need to stay in this area. You can run on. And you can see, that was locked earlier, now it's not. Get that loot. So look, I leave and it updates it anyway. Brilliant. Because this game, it could have easily locked you in that room. And that would have pissed me off. Yeah, or storage, that's in chapter 7. Or. Hello, Mr. Leaper. Oh, what the fuck? That was 10 feet away from me, man. What do you reckon, ladies and gentlemen? I think that's bullshit, don't you? Surely you do. That was some decent damage, that, as well. 20% of the health gone there. Not happy. Putting a few of the large med packs in the storage, though. And I like to do that in this game, if I can, for the bosses. There's 2 main bosses in the game, just like the original. Oh, actually, there's 3. The Hive Mind, not the Hive Mind, the Leviathan in Chapter 6. The Hive Mind at the end of the game, and also the Remnant of the Leviathan in Chapter 8. It's the end of Chapter 8, start of Chapter 9. The game's going apeshit here. The music, don't know why. A little bit scary, but whatever. But yeah, that fight, I think that's a better boss fight than the original boss fights in the game. I think it's quite a cool fight. It's not too hard. It's not too easy. You got to do some dodging. There's a part right at the end of the fight which is a bit bullshit and you always take damage, but overall, I'm relatively happy with it. I thought it was quite good. I mean, let's admit it, this series has never been full of great boss fights, but this is totally new. In the original game, you didn't go back to this location from the start of the game to get to hydroponics. But I remember here, and you can see I just turned around and I'm like, oh yeah, there's an extra security door. I think it's only a level 1-1. Yet again, that is exactly the same as what we did earlier, but we get a different outcome. I don't get hit that time. So, answers on a postcard, please, ladies and gentlemen. Level 1, is it? Let's see how useful this one is. It's a free power node. $100 credits, flame of fuel, and another 100 credits. Probably one of the least fruitful rooms in the game, but if you're getting a free power node, you may as well. Okay. Yeah, this is the longest chapter, longest video in the game. Nearly an hour in length. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. We need to fuck this TikTok culture off, this YouTube short culture off. We need to start watching longer videos again. I know some of my videos are way too long, but I don't like this culture of incredibly short videos. You can't say a lot in 10-15 seconds that's important or of much value in my opinion, so I know time is of the essence, so people are busy, but I like let's plays, I like walkthroughs, I like, you know, the documentary kind of shit that's on YouTube that can last well up to an hour and above, you know. It's kind of hard to believe, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Back in the day, you Zoomers won't know this, but there used to be, was it a 5-minute cap or a 10-minute cap on videos? I think it was a 10-minute cap. So any video over 10 minutes, you had to, I don't know if you had to be like an affiliate or what you'd call it. A big YouTuber, quite simply, a partner, whatever they called it back in the day, to make videos over 10 minutes long, and then I'd like to say maybe around about 2010, 2011, they got rid of that, I think. Probably when Google took over. Old YouTube was amazing. Totally different beast, ladies and gentlemen. I am getting those ads, you know. You know, a lot is being said at the moment about these ads on YouTube. And what happens for me, I've got normal ad block. I've also been told ad block, uBlock Origin works well as well. I see the ad, the thumbnail of it. It stays on the screen for a couple of seconds. It then disappears, goes to black, and then after a few more seconds, the video comes up. So they're doing the job. But we will lose this battle, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to lose this war. But you know what? We're going to keep fucking fighting until we do. Anyway, look at this. Stand by. Woohoo!
I just needed liquid nitrogen to complete the synthesis. The people I sent to medical never came back.
I've got some of that enzyme here.
Oh my god. How? Listen, we need to inject it into the Leviathan.
So, the Leviathan fight itself, ladies and gentlemen, for me, it's one of the rooms where if you look at the original and look at this, the tension and atmosphere is kind of neutered and taken out of the fight. The audio is totally, it's just a heck of a lot more quiet. I don't even know if there's music that plays in the original. There's this almighty soundtrack. The Leviathan sounds loud as fuck. It's pretty intense. And the jumping from point to point also works with that boss fight, whereas the Zero G makes this boss fight feel worse, in my opinion. And there's also an attack that the Leviathan does, which I find quite cheap, and I struggle to avoid it, but I don't know if that's just me being an idiot, or whether it really is that way. But yeah, I don't think it's as good, and it should be the same, or if not tweaked to be slightly better, but I prefer the boss fight in the original game, really. We'll speak about that when we get there at the end of this video. I do recommend taking an extra oxygen tank into that fight. I think there's probably one in the room, but there's absolutely shitloads of resources in the room. Loads of ammo, health, stasis, etc. to help you. There's a Ripper upgrade. We won't be using it, but take it to the bench. We'll get a free power node. As you can see, this is a rather light room. We can actually see where we're going. Beautiful. It's probably still darker than the original, but this ain't a problem. You can see you get line racks in threes in this game. On hard and impossible. Dead Space 2 it was in twos, and then Dead Space 1 it was in like twos, and then the second game you only get one line rack on hardcore and Zealot. I fucking love that game on Zealot, man. Oh, so HP and Earth into the suit. We're having a look at the plasma cutter here. It applies damage over each shot. We're going for the... Is that damage again? Oh, look at this, the flamethrower. Put very little into it, and you've already seen how good it is. Just 1 damage and 2 capacity. Gone for the duration of flame wall. Capacity. Another damage, I do believe. Man's got 5 left, and I think he's going to put it into contact beam. Yes, he is. Speed and capacity. I'm having a little think. We're looking up and down the list. The force gun is going to arrive later in this chapter. Firewall burns for longer. Oh, there you go. Can't complain about that one. More ammo in the plasma for the last one? Yeah. Now that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is some good upgrading. I actually forget with a suit in this game when it becomes available for you to improve your TK, like your telekinesis damage or the range of your TK, shit like that. There's another security door, by the way. Because in like Dead Space 2, if you have the power nodes, you can upgrade all that shit regardless of the suit you've got. But in this game, those particular kinds of upgrades are tied to the level of the suit you've got. So if you, for example, did a run where, to make it harder for yourself, you keep the level 1 suit, you're not going to be able to upgrade Isaac nearly at all. A lot of the upgrades are only available when you get that suit. the next level. So this is one of the biggest rooms in the game. But unlike the original, it's kind of in installments really here. I think it mainly goes okay. There's obviously enemies that aren't dying as quick as they should, but welcome to Dead Space Remake. It's one of the bugbears I got for the game. He's just been shat on though. Always fun. Lurker, always pain in the ass to kill a lurker with TK when you know other enemies are about. We did it there, and look at this guy. Usain Bolt's after us, ladies and gentlemen. He slows down. And I think that little tinge of red when we're shooting them there is to showcase that we've got the damage over time thing. Oh, brilliant. Get that TK. Nice. Get the explosive. Oh, nice. Lovely. A little bit more TK action. Why not? Oh. Dodge that. A bit of a trouble there getting the claw. Skinny legs. Cut him down to size. Nice. Firewall. It made sense in that situation. Shit on that guy. And this is something I like to do in this game. When they're burning at the firewall, just go behind cover. So if there's any enemies that can still hit you with projectile, something like that, you're safe. Finally, he's dead. That was fun. Stomping on these morphos. Time goes pretty fast, you know, when you do what I'm doing here, these narrations. You just sit there doing jack shit for an hour. Something really mundane. Time can go slow, but doing this, time goes really fast. It's already been 17 minutes. Don't feel like it. Oh, there's a security door, and here's the force gun, ladies and gentlemen. Overall, I think I prefer the force gun in the first two games because I think the alt fire, I'm not going to call it shit, because I don't think it is. It doesn't do damage by default. That's something you need to bear in mind with the gravity well. It just kind of puts them in the midst of the gravity well and the stun locked for, I don't know, maybe, I'd like to say 7 seconds or so, something like that. Bit a random number to pluck up from the air, but yeah, 7 seconds or so. They're stunned, and they're free to be damaged in whichever way you want to damage them then. Yeah, if you are going to use an explosive on the pregnant, look at that, one of them survives, bullshit, then just be aware that you are going to have to deal with the crawlers. I knew that, but I'm willing to deal with them with a flamethrower. But yeah, I think... Brilliant, I managed to impale one of the crawlers with a spike. I think it's only really later though, like chapter 9 or 10 I do believe, ish, when you get the ability to do damage from the gravity well, and it's pretty minimal. Of course, the alt fire in the original force gun in the trilogy, it was the concentrated beam of energy, which was a lot more powerful. It was kind of like the contact beam's old primary fire, which is of course in this game now it's alt fire. I wonder why they got rid of it. Probably because it was too similar to the contact beam.
Systems engineer.
Engineer, have you seen Jacob Temple?
I haven't. I'm looking for someone too. Dr. Nicole Brennan.
Shit.
Doesn't she help people leave unitology?
Yeah, like my mother. That's how we met.
I hope she's okay. The unitologists here didn't like anyone questioning them. And since the captain died, they've all snapped.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming up close now to the second drag tentacle part. It's harder than the first part, but it is a straight kind of line. What I mean by that is, immediately you can see where you need to shoot the orange spot. I'd say use the plasma cutter or the contact beam. Alt fire because it's powerful as fuck. Primary fire because it's one consistent beam of energy. make sure your plasma cutter is upgraded, because it still takes a lot of bullets. I've upgraded the plasma cutter as much as I can by this point, I think, in terms of damage. I do believe there might be one other damage upgrade I can go for, but if you haven't upgraded it at all, Christ almighty, it's going to take an absolute beating. Tell you, if this was like Dead Space 2 hardcore, let's say you had 3 saves, which I prefer it to be like this, 3 manual saves. My first save, I think I tried to get to this chapter without saving at all. And then just before the second drag tentacle, first save. Second save, just before the Remnant boss fight, just before the USM Valor. And then the third one, I would say, at the end of Chapter 10, the last drag tentacle. Chapter 10 itself is bonkers, but that would be the most nerve-wracking part, because Chapter 10 is, yeah, it's the meat and gravy of the game. The original game is my favourite chapter. I don't like what they did with it in this chapter because of all the additional growth, and there's just something about it that I prefer about the original. It's still one of the best chapters in the game, though. We're looking pretty good here in terms of the inventory. But we are coming up to a few annoying parts now with 0G. And I've got 5 guns out here, ladies and gentlemen, and I've only just realised it. I think that's what's just happened. Let's see. Because you can have as many weapons as you want out in this game, but there's no point. So I've had the line gun out in my inventory and not realised it for ages. I actually had 6 guns out there. Man has just bought a power node as well. So now we're back out to 4 guns. Ladies and gentlemen, the force gun has now arrived. And you know what else has arrived? The exploders. And is there anybody out there, like Pink Floyd once asked, who prefers the exploders in the remake as opposed to the original? These guys are pretty shit in my opinion. They nerfed these guys big time. They sound shit compared to the original. And their explosive ball sacks are nowhere near as dangerous. When it works in your favour, you're kind of glad, but really, I feel like these guys have been nerfed, and I don't know why. There are a few times in the game where you feel they're dangerous, but in the original, holy shit, in all the trilogy, they're dangerous. In this game, they really don't feel as dangerous. You know, so far in the game, I've complained when I've used like the grenade launcher or the explosive on the pulse rifle, and I've been damaged by my own gunfire. Well, that distance from where I'm standing to where I use the gun, if you explode the ball sack from an exploder, that same distance, you won't be damaged. That just goes to show just how much those guys have been nerfed. Dead Space 2 on Zealot and Hardcore. Fucking hell, you got to be on the other side of the room. Anyway, this is a moment which can be annoying. I think this first part goes okay. I realign myself sometimes by holding the RB button on the Xbox. Just be completely upright. But as I go through here now, I'm trying to remember what happens, and I think it's a Guardian. There's an enemy that spawns. I think it's a Leaper and a Lurker. You need to kill the Guardian quickly, because otherwise it's going to be an annoying piece of shit. I think this goes okay, but this can go badly. You want to get out of here. And, oh yeah, there's them things as well that he spews out. And for some reason I'm using the contact beam there. I'm not quite sure why, ladies and gentlemen. Contact beam's pretty good against these guys, but I would just recommend using the flamethrower. Maybe I'm low on ammo. But as you can see, it had the desired effect. But I've had that go badly quite a few times. There's a wheezer, of course. And I don't know about you, ladies and gentlemen, but that guy kind of looks just like Buddy Holly. Oh, Jesus. So, we've got another 0G part coming up in a little bit. And for me, it might be the worst part of the game in terms of its design. Now, this guy here... Where is he? Yeah, look at that. He will always jump through, so be very careful. I was awaiting him, and because I didn't go through properly, I didn't take damage, but it was pretty damn close. Piece of shit.
Exiting zero gravity.
Zero gravity. So on the way back, are we going to get another exploder spawn? Yep. One from the rear, Lord Harris style. Oh my days. Saw an article actually on Xbox achievements and PlayStation Trophies.com a few weeks ago. One of the main guys of the third game saying how he'd like to redo the game and all this. And I'm like, no. Just no. I understand what people are saying. Like, the games that should be remade are the ones that weren't popular because they can redo them and make the game that the fans really wanted. So, Dead Space 3 or any other big franchises which were shit, like, for example, Resident Evil 6, they just weren't as good. Not what they should have been. But those games don't get remade because it's about money. The games that get remade are the ones that sold the best and the most beloved. Now, this is an annoying room because you can't see where the enemies spawn from because of all the fucking cloud mist shit again, man. Pisses me off in this game. Why do they do this? Some people might disagree. That's fine. But for me personally, I know enemies are spawning here now, and I'm like, don't know where. Can't see him. Oh, there he is. It's fair, he just got shat on. Oh, Infector. Did I shoot that guy then? Okay. Oh, he's still alive. I should have taken him out of commission a bit quicker than that. Or whatever. That room there that's locked, that's where we get the pimped out stasis later in chapter 10.
Isaac, I looked up Cross's notes on
There we go.
Oh god. Oh my god. It was him.
Oh, fucking hell. Ooh, hey, you, Clark looks just like Buddy.
Sorry, Isaac. Keep going.
Ooh, hey, you, Clark looks just like Adam Sandler. Oh, 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 oh. Clark don't care what they say about him. Anyway, he's gonna shoot an necro. That's what he's gonna do. So there's a rig here, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. Hulk's rig. And we're on the move again. Wow, look at that. We've only got 43. Oh, here we go. How does this go? This is a brute. And yeah, I'd like to kinesis that. Thank you, game. I think this goes wrong. I think this goes badly. One of the biggest issues you're going to have here is the area. Like, this is a small area to be fighting. Look at that. I spoke about this earlier. The meatballs. He just fucking flung a meatball straight from the off. But, as you can see, the contact beam alt fire, I should say, absolutely destroying him. And he deserved that. I'll be honest with you. So apparently this PS5 Slim that they're releasing, ladies and gentlemen, already released in America as of a few days ago, but Europe's not yet got it because Sony in 2023, I guess. Absolute fucking idiots. But yeah, it's not even that slimmer than the original console. As you can see, they can still hurt you when they're burning in the fire. That's poor gameplay, though. I should be round the corner there. I spoke about this earlier, and I'm not heeding my own advice. When the firewall is burning, get behind cover. Because it's doing damage over time. There's no point in me engaging in the combat there, unless there's other enemies perhaps in the game world that I'm worried about, and I want that enemy to die quicker. Yeah, that's fucking stupid, Alex, you idiot. My fault again, though. But yeah, the PS5 Slim, it's not actually advertising it as a Slim. But I kind of think to myself, what's the point? It's a bit slimmer, okay. It's got the detachable hard drive, which seems more like a pain in the arse. And it's slightly more expensive, and you need to get an additional stand if you want it vertical. But apparently most people have it horizontal. I actually quite like the design of the Series X. If you've got a table, like I do, which you can put it on, and it's safe and on there, you don't need to worry about it falling over. It's a bit of a fridge, but you know what? I prefer a fridge than a fucking router. PS5's an ugly piece of shit. Fuck Sony. Anyway. Yeah, here we go. Stasis, explosive, stasis, that guy. What's happening here? More fire. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, there's a jump cut there. Not to hide a death or any bullshit like that, but because I have to cut my videos every 30 minutes in length. I thought I'd just use the force gun there, because since I got it, I haven't used it yet. Have a swig of water, but we're going into zero gravity here. I do feel with the Leapers that they are the ultimate enemy that needs to be stasis more than any other, because they're just so fast. And to be honest with you, I don't think they're as fast in this game as they are, definitely, more than the second and third game, but I'd say they're comparable with the original Leapers in terms of speed, but they don't seem to jump at you as much. I thought this guy was dead, and he's not. 100 credits, man. Jesus, give me some real loot. Like the BIG. Vinyl pickups, ladies and gentlemen, coming back to the channel in January. It might be over a year till the next one, but I think it's been about 3 years since the last vinyl pickups. I've just not been able to pick vinyls up, and yeah, I'll be bringing that to the channel in early January. Got some good ones to show off from the worlds of singer-songwriter, electronic, and heavy metal. Bringing some good shit. Damage over time, though. That's why you can hear him scream there, the lurker, the damage over time of the plasma cutter, but it doesn't tend to kill them outright. You know, like you attack them, you hear them scream for the damage over time, you see that red colour, and it's like, yeah, it's doing damage. But they don't die if you just leave them be. I did say earlier on in this project that I feel with this game that you upgrade your weapons and you don't really feel like they're making much of a difference. Now, I've not done no upgrade run on this game yet, and I would like to in the future, but you upgrade your weapons and it feels like they were the same as before. Now, that kind of shit can happen when enemies are getting tankier as the game progresses, but I couldn't doubt the upgrades in the first two games. The third game, the upgrades are fucking utter trash. They never mean anything. But, yeah. Some upgrades are undeniable and they're good, but the damage upgrades, I just don't feel like I'm getting my money's worth. Speaking of money, what are we doing here? I know the drag tentacle's coming up, so I'm buying some ammo here. I'm just having a think. Probably going to save the game. Buying some more flame fuel. Let's see how this goes. So I don't think I've told you guys this yet. We'll wait till the drag tentacle, but I've got to tell you something pretty damn shocking. It's going to shock you. It's pretty damn shocking. Wait till after this, and then I'll tell you. But I am a bit nervous here at this one because this motherfucker takes some punishment, that's for sure. Not as bad as the third one, though. The third one is an aberration. Well, here we go. We've got line of sight. You don't have that with the third one. Missed a few shots. Bang, 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 bang. Oh, yes. That was actually a lot quicker than I remember it being. That weren't so bad. But that is with the plasma cutter fully upgraded. Shut the fuck up, Daniels. Oh, here we go. No. I need to tell you guys that important thing that will shock you, but we need to look at this first.
Just thinking, if some corporate asshole tries to take the marker, you and me could do something about it.
You're leaning pretty hard on that if.
Oh, come on. Where's Hammond? What's he doing?
I don't know. If I don't focus, we'll run out of air before it matters.
Zero gravity.
So this is the worst part of the game, in my opinion. This here, and I think it's been purposefully made like this. It's a clusterfuck. You've got the little pods that the Guardians spew out there. I don't know where they are. I can never remember. They're in bullshit positions. You can barely hear them. The projectiles are absolutely infuriating. It's hard to know where you're going. I know there's hidden loot here. I know that there's the the force gun ammo schematic. And I can't remember how this goes exactly, but I don't think it goes incredibly well. But I think it's gone worse before. Let's just watch together, but man, this fucking pisses me off. And a lot of it as well isn't just the design. It's the... Do I get electrocuted? It's the darkness again. Alan Wake 2. The darkness. The Darkness 2. That was a fun game. Darkness 1 wasn't, though. So there's that one. Yeah, you're a piece of shit, mate. And I'm getting hit again. Where from? I don't know at this moment in time. I don't know. I'm getting lost here. I'm getting flummoxed. I'm getting upset. There's another one, but I know there's more. And at this point... Okay, that's a pretty simple one. But there's another... I think I've just seen him. But I don't know if Alex from 4 weeks ago playing the game has seen it. Yeah, he's seen it. There we go. Okay. There's the Force Energy schematic. Remember what I said in Chapter 4, guys? The grav boots sound like a lurker. I've seen this said online. People have actually noticed it. But I think there's another one. I don't exactly know. Oh, here we go again. Right, there's a lurker, but waste no time. Run straight through. I thought there was another Guardian, but there's not. Oh, there's a leaper. Yep. Firewall. Use a force gun a few times so far. It's not really had the desired effect when I've used it. But we've not put any nodes into it at all. Don't think the force gun is quite as good as it was in the second game. Of course, the original force gun, ladies and gentlemen, had this weird alt fire where you could blow your own ass up. I don't think you actually took damage, but Isaac would fall on his ass. It would knock him over. Oh, damn. Here we go. Now, I think... we get a bit of craziness here, ladies and gentlemen, in this chapter. A little bit of seal. But we're never gonna survive. What fucking tune. I think I get grabbed by one of the slashers in these burning rooms, and I was screaming. I was reeing, I was screaming, I was squealing like a little piglet. because I don't know if this is an insta-kill. It wasn't in the original game, but I don't even know how I get hit because I've got the force gun. I should be using the force gun here. Let's just see what happens. Oh, and then I'll tell you the thing that'll shock you to your very core. We'll get there, I promise.
Warning. Thermodynamic purifiers
Right, I'm ready to go.
stand clear of filtration tubes.
Let's watch this together. What happens here? So we're running through. I don't think I've got the last one. I don't know if you can get the last one. Right, there he is. Oh! Oh my days. Now then. What's all that about? What's all that about? What is all that about, people? Maybe I was a bit too slow there. I'm not quite sure. But I'm raging. And it's not what you want to see from a walkthrough, ladies and gentlemen. Man records worst walkthrough on YouTube ever and gets 26 views. The fuck? Yeah, I'd like to see over 50 views on this. Quite a few of my projects in the last year or two have got those kind of views, and it's not something I take for granted, you know. I've uploaded videos in the past, and sometimes I still can, and it gets like 5 or 6 views, and it's like, oh my god, what is the point? This is just soul destroying. But when they get like 50 views and 4 or 5 thumbs up, it just gives me the motivation to carry on, you know. 5 views of 50, it's a big difference, you know. So, what I was talking about before, the thing that will blow your mind, the thing that will shock you, is this is obviously a permadeath difficulty playthrough, but I actually do die in this playthrough. And if it was a legitimate death, ladies and gentlemen, regardless of where it was in the game, I would have just said, yep, okay, I've just lost all the progress, I've just done all this for nothing, we have to re-record and put it back onto YouTube, because I'm not going to pull the wool over anyone's eyes. I'm not going to pretend it didn't happen. Just continue, I just delete it. It's like, no, we can't accept a death. Can't accept a death. So, why... Oh my... Look at that! Look at that! Ladies and gentlemen. Exploded right as I come out. That's bullshit, man. Oh my days, look at that! Whoa, I know I take damage there, but... That is crazy. These are the random spawns again, and I think you'll agree, that is quite an unfair one. Slasher and Exploder, most importantly, coming out of that tiny area. Another lurker, another slasher. I'm not really fussed about me taking damage there, because that was pretty tough and unfair. Crazy. But yes, so why did I die? And I kept it in the playthrough. I didn't even edit it out. You're going to see it. And I want you to see it. It's right at the end of the game, which made it even fucking worse. Chapter 12, you've got these batteries, which you put in place, and then you fly upwards through these fans. You've got to shoot the orange ball sacks and those things, and you fly up through the fans. You use stasis and fly through them. It's a bit intimidating, to say the least, because as soon as the stasis ends and you're going through them, it's just going to shred you, and it's game over immediately. So you're shitting yourself. But in the middle of all those fans, there's a stasis recharge. I go over to use the stasis recharge, and I just get killed immediately. I hear the flat line going off, and I pause the game immediately. I think, what the fuck has happened there? And after about 5 seconds, I quit the game, reload the save, and we play it again, because the save was like 5-10 minutes before the death. And you might think, why is it not legitimate? Because I don't hit the fan. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask you, I implore you, and I'll be doing it too, to watch it in slow speed 0.25 if you're that much of a masochist, or 0.5, and just have a look and see what you think. Because for me personally, I'm flying through the air. I'm like fucking Ellie Jones and Snowman, ladies and gentlemen. I'm some of these references. If you're not from the UK, you're not going to get that one. Oh dear. But oh, look at this! Another one of these awesome random spawns, which I love. Fucking Slenderman divider shit, and They're pregnant? Are you kidding me? And... Oh, well, yeah. Split open the pregnant. I don't care that much in this game because when you've got the flamethrower and the force gun works incredibly well against crawlers as well, but I prefer in this game the flamethrower for that particular instance. Awesome little spawn there. But yeah, what we're talking about. Yeah, the death in chapter 12. I'm flying through the air here. 0G. And the game must think that I've touched the fan. And I don't think I did. And I didn't accept it. It was like, no, I'm not accepting it. I'm not accepting it. And I think other people are going to die there. And I want to keep... Look at that. Oh my god, what's he doing there? I want to keep it in the playthrough because... Just be wary, guys, that it can happen. But I still think it's a shame that when you die in this game on Impossible, you can just pause it straight away and reload the save. So... It's already been said by people on the internet, but Impossible's kind of a joke in this game. But that's exactly why I think they should have put pure survival in the game. But they're not exactly going to patch it in there, are they? Because EA don't give a shit. They've obviously already abandoned this game. I think this game received one patch post-release, and then that was it. EA obviously abandon things they work on because they're a bunch of pricks. But yeah, that's in chapter 12. If you're intrigued to see that death, then watch chapter 12. It's towards the end of the game. More of the little dividers. Incredible. They don't know what to do because I'm leaving the room. Oh god. Quite a few more of these in the second half of the game. The thing is, we've already seen these a few times, but you only see the first Slender Man in chapter 8. But this is crazy how much the game's throwing at me here. I don't think that's a normal spawn. I think that's one of the random ones. But we're done now. It's just a Leviathan to go. And I can't remember how it goes, this fight. I would recommend using the contact beam on the tentacles. But the tentacles can sometimes hit you. And I swear it's fake bullshit, which you can't avoid. He does a particular attack. And I try and move just as he forces his tentacle out at you. But I tend to get hit anyway. And I don't know why. We'll find out in due course. Oh man. It's hard to keep talking for 48 minutes non-stop. Whew, get a bit fatigued now. Back at it again tomorrow, chapters 7 and 8. Be careful in chapter 7, obviously I'll be talking about it tomorrow, but with the asteroid, be very careful. What I did... the playthrough before this, so I learnt my lesson. I didn't destroy the interior tethers. The game, it tells you when you destroy them, but it didn't tell me, but I didn't realise. I went to the outside, destroyed the exterior ones, obviously flew back in, but the asteroid is still under the effect of that like thing that's obviously going back and forth on the asteroid to get its minerals or whatever it's doing, and it just completely shredded me and killed me straight away. So just be careful that you get rid of all the tethers. I think in the original game that's one of the ultimate parts which confuses people, and I think it was the same with myself, to be honest. And it's just a tough chapter and a tough moment. Whoa, look at that door. That fucking freaked me out. That pretty cool. You got a problem, Doer? Mr. Warlindor, the true antagonist, now in week 2. Like I've already said, watch my next pickups video, ladies and gentlemen, for gaming pickups video. We'll talk great length about Alan Wake 2 when I thought about it. So capacity, primary fire damage on the contact beam there. And the force gun. Oh, I just looked away, but we put 2 upgrades into the force gun. We're rocking and rolling now with that bad boy. And we're ready for the Leviathan. But I did mention earlier, and I said I'd come back to this point just before the fight, and as such we're going to do so. This fight, it left me feeling a bit cold. I feel that the atmosphere and tension is lost during this fight. It feels a little hollow. The attack that he does, that they added to him, is a bit cheap as well. And it was never a great fight in the original, to be perfectly honest. But I feel like the point-to-point jumping and the zero-G made it better in the original. Whereas here, you're just hovering in mid-air, and it doesn't work as well, in my opinion.
Contamination detected in food storage. Cycling airlock.
Damn it! The airlock's open, but the Leviathan's too strong. It's clinging to the interior of food storage. We need more enzyme.
There's no time. I'm going in. Maybe I can cut it loose.
The Leviathan has a 10-kiloton mass. Do you really need me to tell you this is a bad idea?
Well, I'm all out of good ideas, so guess what's left?
Shit. Sensational reference to the second game there. Well, stick around. I'm full of bad ideas. There's the Urkan, ladies and gentlemen. Come into here with one already if you're worried. When you've nearly killed this thing, they added an element of losing oxygen to the fight. So in the original, that wasn't actually a thing. But here, when he's nearly dead, you will start to lose oxygen. And it's just getting you to panic, obviously, and want to kill him quicker. Which, yeah, I can appreciate. But here we go. Let's get into this shit. So he's got the 3 prongs. They're 3 or 4 there. You can see which one he's going to attack you from. You can just tell. For some reason, I'm using the plasma cutter. I mean, you certainly can. And I can see plasma energy in the game world. That top left one, I think. Is it? Yeah, there you go. Move to the right. Contact beam. That's the primary fire. And I think we got rid of it there. That's just the primary. We just upgraded that. He's going to do it top right. Move. Yep. Okay. Get shat on. That's a alt fire. But listen. Doesn't it sound hollow? Compared to the original. Watch the original on YouTube, guys. Tell me that this is better. It's not. Throwing those spicy meatballs back at him. That noise is exactly the same. That's ripped from the original game. Of the Leviathan screaming, but... Spicy meatball. Here we go. He's nearly dead. This has actually been perfect so far. But the thing is, he's now going to attack you the same way as he did before. Let's have a look. I'm waiting. Top right, I think. Yeah, that's my fault, okay? That's my fault. I didn't move. Don't remember that happening, actually, but that was my fault. I should have moved. I don't know why I didn't. So you can throw the spicy meatballs back, but obviously we need him to die quickly here. I've got 62 seconds left, and I've got earth tanks available, so I'm not exactly that concerned here. Throwing some spicy meatballs back. I think he's going to attack me with the tentacles. I'm going to get a reload in. Top right, move. Oh, no. Oh, he's G-baiting me. Got hit again. Got hit again. I'm healing. Oh, it's all going dark here, isn't it? Fucking hell. I'm wanting the tentacles, because that's the attack that's really going to hurt. Oh, no. I kind of moved into it, though. He's gone. He's gone. So, I had about 20 seconds left of oxygen there. I had an oxygen tank spur, and there's one in the game world, but that started well. The middle was good. And then the ending, whew, it got a bit rough, to say the least. It was my fault, though, but he wasn't attacking me as quickly. He was taking the piss, to be honest. I was waiting for his attacks with the tentacles. Didn't come. Well, there we have it. It's done, ladies and gentlemen. Well, like I said earlier in the walkthrough, the best fight in this game was the one they added. I really like it. The Leviathan Remnant. It's pretty cool.
Exiting zero gravity.
The air quality's improving. There's still pockets of gas.
Don't put me in standby, guys. Please don't.
I can handle.
Don't let me... Oh. Oh, dear.
Jacob,
Shit.
last I heard, he was on the mining deck with some other survivors. He said they were building an SOS beacon.
Did they finish it?
He said it was nearly done, but I haven't heard from him in a while. I can't leave yet. I need to make sure the air is safe to breathe. But if you can find that SOS beacon, call for rescue.
I will. Mining deck. Okay, got it. And if I meet Jacob?
Tell him I'll find him.
Jacob.
That's
Christ.
all I want to see.
Temple. Isaac. That fucker's reading the Bible here, I think.
An SOS beacon. Someone jettisoned all the others. Isaac, there's a shortcut.
Oh, more standby. Game, what are you doing to me?
I'll get it open. Goddamn. We might actually get out of this nightmare.
So obviously, the game, I say obviously, it's not be that obvious to some people, but there are a few points, I'll speak about this in Chapter 7, where obviously Kendra is a government agent, and she's fucking us over, and they make it a little bit more obvious when you know the events of the game from the original. But she's less of a bitch in this game than the first game, in my opinion. So, Kendra's okay in this game. Isaac, obviously, I love Gunnar Wright. I think he did a good job. But Hammond, Jesus Christ, that voice actor's so bad. As is Kine as well, and Mercer. But, guys, see you in Chapter 7.